So the HOA president texted me to let me know that the tenant has apparently been grading the property today. Tomorrow is March 9th, which is the date the tenant agreed the property would be cleaned up and brought into compliance. But now I have to take the next steps and report the situation to the housing authority. I'm actually planning to drive up there tomorrow myself so I can take video and properly document the condition of the property. Tonight, I received a text message from the HOA president, and this is what she said. She said the property looks mostly the same, only about 5% clearer than before. She also said, it looks like part of the property has been graded so that they can fit an RV there. She also told me there's a large amount of lumber on the property and looks like they might be trying to build some sort of structure, which we didn't authorize her to do. Now, she said a neighbor spoke with the groundskeeper or the tenant's ranch hand who told her that apparently there are multiple people renting space on the property, but the tenant is actually advertising for this on Craigslist. So now I have to go on Craigslist to see if I can find these other advertisements. Another concern is that the neighbor reported there are now 7 dogs on the property, even though there were only 2 that were authorized under the lease. Apparently, the neighbor said the tenant is also placing ads asking people to drop off farm animals. I'll have to look for those ads. According to the neighbor, there are concerns that the animals are not being properly cared for. If that turns out to be accurate, it may mean that animal control needs to get involved. At this point, everything has been documented. I've sent another email to the tenant, and tomorrow I will be contacting the housing authority to report what's going on. I want to clarify something because some of the comments seem to be misunderstanding the story. The situation involves one specific tenant who happens to have Section 8. It is not representative of every Section 8 tenant or the program itself. Many people use the program responsibly, and many landlords have great experiences with it, but some do not. And unfortunately, in this case, the situation appears to be getting completely out of control. For those of you stating that Section 8 does yearly inspections, yes, they do, and that's great. But we're only 2.5 months in and all of this is going on. Can you imagine how bad it would be if I allowed it to continue? First step was documentation, trying to get an agreement for her to remedy. The third step is having the housing authority step in. And the fourth step, well, that would be eviction.